Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome to Loma, Montana. Now I, for one, for a very long time have been extremely excited for the release of this map from No Creek Farms, and now that it's here I can tell you that the excitement was justified, in my opinion anyway. This is a beautiful map from No Creek Farms. A lot of custom work has gone into this, a lot of time and effort and a lot of testing, but it is absolutely brilliant if you ask me. So in new farmer mode and in start from scratch mode, this is where you start off at this beautiful information point. Now the purpose of this is one of the many custom parts of this map. It's a bit of a history tour and very interesting as well. It tells you a little bit, quite a lot of history actually, about the Lewis and Clark expedition, the Corps of Discovery expedition commissioned by President Thomas Jefferson in 1804. Now I'm not going to read the whole thing out to you because there's a heck of a lot of information, but needless to say, it's here for you to read and learn, which is something that you don't often get in a farm sim map, do you? An actual history tour. But it starts you off here. There's a load of information to take on board here, and it's all perfectly readable. The detail is extremely sharp and clear. You can look at all of this, and then you can take a nice little wander up over these slight hill here, and there's a load of information points as you go along. I'll just run very quickly to one of them and show you. It's just up and over the brow of this hill here, but there's nice little benches next to each one, so you can have a bit of a rest your weary legs, as it were. But yeah, these bits here, really, really cool, if you ask me. Very interesting. So I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to read anything out for you. That's for all you guys to explore and take in. But as I said, there's a huge amount of custom stuff, as it were, in this map. Now, all the information is there on No Creek Farms itch.io page, which I will link in the video description below, where you can download the map. And I encourage you all to read everything that he's provided in there, all the text that he's written in there, because there's so much. I'm not going to read it all out to you because I'll be here for about 20 minutes reading it all. But needless to say, I've written a load of it down, and I'm going to cherry pick just a handful of the most important stuff, I suppose. So first and foremost, the map is not compatible with the premium DLC, so no red beets, carrots or parsnips or anything like that, because No Creek Farms has gone to real lengths to make this Montana map as real to the area as possible. So yeah, there's no red beets, parsnips or carrots or anything like that, so you don't want to run the premium DLC on the map. Custom terrain, 100% shaped by hand. There is an accurate border terrain with an actual Google image of the surrounding area. There are custom ground textures to match the soil from the area. Custom foliage textures, custom trees that have been heavily edited. The ground foliage is changeable by the player to give more control and to get away from the same old seasonal textures. Custom crop textures from Bullet Bill and AW modding. There are extra crops added into the map: alfalfa, clover, peas, lentils and flax. There are swattable crops: wheat, barley, canola and flax. The map is multi-terrain angle compatible. There are accurate land prices. The crop yields, seed rates and grain prices have been accurately adjusted for realistic gameplay. There's a whole lot more. But yeah, so that's kind of the basics of it. As I said, there is a huge amount more, so I encourage you all to go read it and take it all in, because a lot it's really, really interesting. There's a lot of things to take on board there. So, now that we've got that little bit done, let's jump straight into the map PDA. So, here we are, the map PDA. Now, No Creek Farms has said on his itch page that he encourages us to check out the area on Google Maps just to see how closely the map resembles the real life area. He stated that almost everything on the map is custom in some way. So that's really cool. But yeah, as you can see, we have 34 fields in total on the map in varying sizes. Now, this is a 4x map. Forgive me, I forgot to read that little bit there. But Loma, Montana is a 4x map. The map is a recreation of the small town of Loma and the surrounding area. It has accurate terrain, roads, signage, custom buildings, as well as lots of historical additions. So yeah, 34 fields, and they range in size. I believe the biggest on the map is field 24 here, which has a area of 181.26 acres, and the smallest on the map, I believe, is field 27 down here at just over 4 acres. So we've got everything in between. Basically, we've got almost just over 180 acres there, 4 acres, and anywhere in between. You've got field 4, 76.8, 36, just under 20 there, 49 there. So we've got fields of all shapes and sizes, which is excellent. And as I mentioned before, accurate land pricing. So when we go and have a look at the actual, we'll pick field 24 as that's the biggest. So we'll bring up farmland. We go to that, $465,000. So it's not bad. It's I know I've seen many maps before where land that size could cost you well north of $1.5 million, if not more. So yeah, really good in that respect. Accurate detail, as it were. So, in new farmer mode, this is the plots of land that you start off with, bringing up the farmland here. Now, I've not bought any extra land here, so before we do go into the map tour and look at all the other bits and bobs that you can purchase, I haven't purchased anything extras on top of what new farmer mode gives you. So you own field 19, field 18, this plot of land here, and the surrounding area. You own the town there and and both the rivers. But it is just a beautifully recreated map PDA. This, you've got the Marias River here coming down from the north, feeding into the Missouri River here, which is a really big, wide open river. So yeah, really, really cool. So things we can see from here, we have there is a train that you can rent. We own a small cow pasture here in new farmer mode. You've got the animal dealer. You've got obviously the likes of your fuel stop off points. You've got the and the varying sell points. There's a few areas highlighted with the traditional workshop shop trigger there, the basket, like that, the historic decision point site that we've just been to there. We've got the North Montana feeders feedlot here, which we will check out in a bit more detail very shortly, and just a handful of sell points on the map here. There's one right down at the bottom here. Yeah, we've got Black Buff's grain there. We've got the train, big sandy grain there, which is the point that you sell grain to when you've got your train. And that's pretty much it. Grain Mills Elevator. There are no, because he has tried very hard to accurately recreate Loma, Montana from real life, there are no extra sell points and productions on the map that wouldn't ordinarily be here. So there's none of the traditional farming simulator stuff that we've been used to, you know, dairy sell points and donuts and all that kind of stuff and bakeries and whatnot, because it's not there in real life. It's not there on the map. And I really appreciate that. I've got to say, I really like that. So let's go check out where we start off and the starting equipment. Right, so over here we have our starting equipment. Now you start with this whether you're in new farmer mode or start from scratch mode. Obviously in new farmer mode you start with the equipment. You've got the plots of land, the little plot of land over here. You've got a hayloft there, that white building we can see in front of us. And you have a small cow pasture which we'll go and check out in a few seconds. But you start with $100,000 in new farmer mode. In start from scratch mode you've got all the equipment still, but you have $500,000 in the bank but no land. So we've got the Krone Big M450 mower, you've got a Kuhn windrower, a baler and a tedder, you've got a cultivator for shallow cultivation, you've got a seeder, a trailer, an ideal 7PL harvester with its grain header, and you've got yourself a Massey 7722S tractor. So it's pretty basic. I like the fact that it is different starting equipment to what we normally start with on most maps. But it's just pretty much just the bare essentials, isn't it? You've got the basics of what you need just to get cracking, essentially. So that's pretty cool. As I said, we're in new farmer mode here, so we do own the land. We've got what have we got over here? We've got an empty field. This one's ours. Yeah, this is field 18. Which currently has nothing in it, and it's the same with field 19 as well. So you start with 2 empty fields essentially, so that's pretty cool. So you can start your farming career on here as you would like without having to start with crops that you wouldn't ordinarily like. So we've got a little storage shed here for bits and bobs. Obviously it's a little bit too small for everything that we have here, but I think that's really quite cool, the fact that No Creeks started us off here with there's not even any real proper vehicle storage, is there? So you've got a little bit of land over here. So you can have a bit of customization to start off with. You've got this hayloft here with the automatic bale feeding system in there. So you can store your various bales. So that's pretty cool. And over here we have our small cow barn. Now if you go to the map and bring up the icon here, it brings a small cow pasture and it's got the emblem of the building there. But again, I think it's been completely customised because there's no sign of any of that building. It's just a nice open pasture. You've got a few decorative items here in the middle. You've got a feed trough here. And over here by the barn, you have your typical fences and the animal trigger for purchasing the animals. So that's pretty much that. So that's really cool. So now that we've shown you what you start off with, I suppose let's go and have a bit of a journey around the map, shall we? Right, so I've just turned around, just so we've got our bearings. This is the cow pasture you own here, where we've just been having a look at. Along the edge of the railroad here, we have these 4 big grain elevators. Now, 2 of them, we have this one here, which is Loma grain, and we have the far one over there, General Mills. They're obviously the map's base sell points. Now these 2 ones in the middle are purchasable. Now I've just bought the land in the farmland menu, so if I go, they're relatively cheap. Going up here, bringing up the farmland, these plots, plot 23 and 24. Because I've bought them now, I can't sell them because it says you can't own it while placeables are on it. But yeah, plot 23 is $27,900. Plot 24 is $32,410. And you've got the option to purchase these as railroad storage if you are utilising the train and its grain storage and transporting. So that's really quite cool. But aside from that, if you weren't to purchase those, you just got your traditional grain elevators. One there and one there. Really nice looking buildings as well. Authentic, obviously, for the area, for the map. Oh, there's the train. There we go. And we've had these quite a few in quite a few maps that have come out recently, but really, really big, long, super long trains. I haven't sat here and counted how many carriages are on this one, but needless to say, I'm sure there's quite a lot. Right, I figured we'd start with jetpack mode enabled in flight mode, just so that obviously with it being such a big map, driving around could take a considerable time. But from up here, obviously, you get a much better idea of the lay of the land and just the scope of the map and just how unique and beautiful it is. I love the way that the whole map itself is set within these Montana mountains. It's absolutely gorgeous. So from up here, just so we got our bearings as well, we're up here. We're still in the top left-hand corner of the map. Where's my arrow? There we are. So we're just here. This is the Marias River. So, down here, this is the animal dealer. We all know what that does. This is where we can get our animals from. So that's that over there. Now up here, over towards the very edge of the map, we have our vehicle dealership. John Deere branded dealership here. Obviously where you get your equipment from. And over here we have, I think it's called Fort Benton Ag Solutions, where you can buy your seed from. Yeah, over here, and I think you can get some propane as well from here, which you'll need for your corn dryers. Which there is one on the map, at least anyway. We're going to go and check out. There are 3 main custom farms on the map, which we're going to go and check out now. All the farms are made up of placeables, so everything can be deleted if you so wish. So we're going to go head up to the big one up here, which is one of my favourites. I just love the lay of the land, the way there's all these, I suppose you could call it prairie land, I suppose, which could, for me anyway, it got my mind working with this because of the new, it's a relatively recent mod, the extendable pastures mod, that enables you to place animal pastures as and where you want. I really quite like the idea of going full cowboy essentially, and having your cows grazing out on the prairies, and that mod will enable you to do that. So anyway, right, so this is one of the 3 main starter farms. Nice big setup here. We've got some of our very familiar buildings here from Trailer Park Farms, the lovely big sheds, really nice fuel tank there. Obviously another workshop shed here. Those of you who are familiar with my series, I know that I've used one of these, I think, in just about every one, apart from Court Farms, I think. But it's a beautiful workshop shed there. We've got our big custom GSI, is it? Yeah, GSI grain dryer. Now, I've purchased all the land here for all 3 farms. So if I jump again very quickly into the map, this is where we are now here. The plot of land that this farm sits on is plot 33. And that comes to a value of just over $770,000, which again, I know it's a lot of money, but it's quite reasonable considering the plot of land that it comes with. But yeah, so you've got your corn dryer here that takes propane, and it can also store a whole load of other crops as well. I'll jump very quickly into the production systems menu there just to show you. But here we are, yeah, you can store everything that comes on the map now. The extra crops as well, lentils, rye, millet, peas, flax, all can go in here as well, and obviously you can dry your corn as well. So that's excellent. You've got a few interesting grain bins over here, little bins here that have the interactive lid on the top. So if we just go to this one here, I'll bring up the heads-up display. If you just click on open gate there, you can see you can open your lid there. So you'll need some auger pipes for that, to fill these ones up. Nice and authentic. Sorry, my brain went to sleep then. I couldn't remember what they were called. But yeah, really quite nice. Foremost bins there with little windows in as well. Little grain windows. Grain glasses, I think they're called, is it? Sight glasses? Not too sure. So, and we've got our farmhouse as well, just set away from the main farm site there as well. Really, really beautifully laid out, I've got to say. Do love this. So, we're going to go and have a look at the feedlot very shortly. We'll go into that in a little bit more detail, because that's got some really quite nice custom features about it, which I'm going to spend a few minutes on very shortly. So, farm site number 3 is over in the distance there, I believe. But again, just checking out the size of the fields from above here. They're pretty big, aren't they? Alongside the Missouri River. Now, there's lots of open areas of land here in the middle that you can custom and do what you want with if you wanted to purchase it. We've got another sell point here, which is, let's have a look here on the map just to remind myself. Where are we? Yeah, this is also, that's that one there, isn't it? Black Bluffs Grain. So that's that sell point there. And now this here is custom farm number 2. Which is, again, is a really nice setup. I think we've got the, these are quite familiar to the fans of the Welker Farms, isn't it? That Welker Farm blue sheds. But yeah, farmhouse, plenty of storage, grain bins. Nice big setup, nice big capacious farmyard. Workshop there in the middle. Really, really nice. So that's one of the 3 options for you. And again, you've got nice big fields out here. Huge swaths of land. So really good for exercising, course play in multiple machines. Got a handful of bins down here. Do we own these? Should know that, shouldn't I? Where are we? No, we don't. We don't own those. So if we were to purchase that, let's click on farmland. Purchase that. 418,000 comes with that big field. That's not so bad. These ones we can make use of. Yeah, there we go. 30-inch Sioux grain bin vertical auger. Capacity of 422,868. Is that for all of them? Yes, it is. So, another huge amount of grain storage there you've got there if you wanted. So now if we take another trip at a reasonable pace back over the Missouri River, we can just about see the farmhouse there on the edge of the hill for the third custom farm. And it's just appearing in the distance there on the top of the hill. I've only got my view distances set to about 300%, so because of the size of the map, things will start coming into view. So, lovely big farmhouse here, set in its own huge area of land, which is really quite nice. There's a few of these cattle grates as well dotted around the map. But again, this is the kind of area that got my mind to thinking about having your cows grazing on the prairies, and you can do that with this farm because you've got this area here. So if let's just go into here, open the animal dialogue, we'll buy ourselves a load of heifers. How much this can take? 200, so we'll buy those. Yep. No, I didn't want to sell them, silly boy. Let's purchase the animals. Got 160. So there we go. These are all roaming free out here on the pasture. And down here as well. Really, really cool custom pastures there out on the prairies. There we go. Goes really quite far, doesn't it? Well, that's really quite cool. That is really cool. Now, one thing about these custom pastures out here on the hill, they don't produce milk and they don't produce manure because that's not realistic apparently to what would be done in the surrounding in this actual area. But yeah, the farmyard here with a few grain bins, obviously nowhere near as much vehicle storage and stowage as the other two farms, but there's something. You've got your bale shed there. You've got a few bins here on either side, again for use with the augers, fuel tank, vehicle storage. So there we go. So there's 3 custom farms there to choose from, but you also have huge amounts of land that you could, if you so wished, you could just pick a plot and build your own custom farm. But like I say, all of these buildings here are removable if you wanted to start from scratch on these areas of land. So that's really quite cool. Right, so let's go check out the custom cow feedlot. So here we are at North Montana Feeders, North Creek Farms custom cattle feedlot. So we bought the land. That cost, if I'll bring just so you know, that's plot 42, and it cost $387,994. But it's a very, very interesting and really quite cool way of farming your cattle, which is obviously very realistic to the area. Now, the area comes with, before I go into the detail about that, you've got your commodity shed here that you can store all your bits and bobs in, which is cool. You've got a weighbridge over here. You've got another little area for storage. Now, this, for all I can gather at the minute, this little area here, this little corral, I suppose, this is entirely decorational. You can't really do anything with that. You've got a hoop barn here, over here, and again some more grain storage in these bins, and you also have this quite big silage bunker. Now this is actually made up of 4 bunkers, even though it visually looks like 2 big long ones. It's kind of divided. If you imagine drawing a line down the center of them, it's divided into 4, so you've got 1, 2, and again 3 and 4 on the other side for all your silage work. Now let's go over to the actual feedlot itself. Now, I've set aside a couple of bits of machinery here just with a trailer of straw and a feed mix of total mix ration, just to do a bit of demonstrating with it. But it's really, really interesting. So let's pop the gate. Now this is made up of 28 separate lots. So even though you purchase the whole plot of land as one, it comes with 28 separate lots. So you don't have to use all of them if you don't want to. It can hold a total of 600 cows. Now, one of the very interesting things about this map is it supports the extra animals that you would ordinarily only have from the enhanced animal mod. Now, I don't have the enhanced animal mod activated on this map right now, but built into the map are calves, bulls, and heifers. So you don't need the enhanced animal mod for that. So if we go into the open animal dialogue, as you can see, you can purchase calves, you can purchase bulls of the Angus and Holstein varieties. Now, ordinarily, obviously, in a corral like this, you wouldn't have. This is mainly for beef lot, isn't it? So we'll purchase some Angus. So if we purchase, and each one of them will hold 20, or these smaller ones hold 20, and there's some larger ones on the other side that hold, I think, 25. So let's put a few in here. So we'll buy 20 for that one. There we go. And we'll stick some calves in this one. So again, 20 calves. So that because they are separated, you've got the control there. So you can put your adults and your females into one, and you can put your calves in the other. So that's pretty cool. Now, let's top them up with a bit of food and a bit of straw. Now, interestingly, all of the feedlots take straw from loose straw like this, or they will also take from the straw bale as well, which is really quite cool. I've not seen many examples of cow barns and cow lots on the game so far that take both, so that's really quite cool. So we'll just top these two up for now with a bit of straw, and then we'll go top them up with a bit of food. So trying my best not to crash. There we go. Get a bit of straw in there. Now, as it stands, these feedlots do not spawn manure, but they can if you want them to. And that's through a very ingenious little method that No Creek Farms has created for us. So, what have we got left in there? We'll go stick the rest into this one here. There we are. I'm stuck here, haven't I? Right, so both of those feedlots now have straw in. Let's pull this one out of the way. There we go. And we'll go and jump in the case over here that's got some TMR freshly mixed. And we'll go and top them up with a bit of food. I'll show you about the process with manure. So let's go get these two lots fed, as it were. Pull in here. Excellent. Right, so there we go. We'll do the same with this one. Excellent, that's them. I think that's them fully filled up, is it? Let's just go check out the animal menu. Yes, 6,000 litres each. There we go. Okay, excellent. And they've only got a little bit of straw, but that's fine. If you don't top them up with straw, obviously they won't produce manure. But if you do top them up with straw, they will produce manure. And the manure will only spawn when you follow this process. So if we jump into the construction menu, there we go, jump into silos, we scroll along, we should find, I suppose I've got too many mods activated in this game, haven't I? Right, forgive me, it's in silo extensions. So in silo extensions, you can see we've got the manure heap there, and it costs $1. So we click on that. Yes, it cannot be placed there. So if we just hover it over here, and you can see where I'm getting at. If you see the icon that's over there to our right on the outside of the corral there, if we bring it out into the, if we place our cursor into the center of the feedlot, and you can see the blue icon is now roughly in the centre of that lane that runs up the edge of the corrals. If we place that down there now for £1, and we'll do the same in this one here, being careful to make sure that the blue icon is roughly in the centre of that lane. There we go. So now that item's been placed down, we'll jump out of there. Now I'm going to fast forward time a few hours, and we should then see some manure spawning into those feedlots. Right, so a few hours later, there we go. They've got a little bit, admittedly it's not a lot, but the manure is now spawned on the ground of these two corrals here. So what you can do with that is you are either free to use a skid steer or a front loader with a bucket and unload it in that way, or you can do the easy way, I suppose, and just bring your tractor and trailer into here, and using this unload trigger here, just press the button and it will automatically load into the trailer. That's really quite genius if you ask me. It's very clever indeed from No Creek Farms. So that's how we get the feedlots to produce manure. A little bit of information again from No Creek on his itch page regarding the cattle. The cattle feed rates have been drastically reduced, so he's done quite a lot of alteration to the in-game code there so that they don't take huge amounts of food to keep fed. Obviously, if you were to own 600 cattle in all of these feedlots, it would be quite a mission if we were to use some of the base game stuff and extra mods like Maize Plus, for example. So he's drastically reduced the feed rate numbers. They don't produce milk, but an extra point that he has added on there is he said, if you want to place additional cattle pens, you will need to use the enhanced animal mod, or you will not be able to see the cattle that you purchase. Keep in mind that this will overwrite the reduced feed rates that is set up by using this mod. If you want to place additional pens and want the reduced feed rate, you will need to unzip and edit the enhanced animal mod. So that's just a little bit of information for you to take on board if that was the direction you wanted to take. But I suppose there, in a nutshell, that is this gorgeous custom cattle feedlot. Now, another brilliant custom thing that No Creek Farms has added into this map is paintable ground textures, and in this map there are no fewer than 28 different varieties. So I have quite horribly butchered this beautiful field of wheat here just to paint them down and show you. So I'm gonna run through the list from start to finish. So here we have concrete bricks, we have sand wet, we have animal mud, we have asphalt, we have alpine asphalt, we have concrete bricks, we have concrete tiles, dirt dry pebbles, grass, dry patchy grass, gravel alpine, gravel dirt, gravel dust, gravel grass, gravel moss. We have river mud, we have pathway gravel, we have plate, we have red concrete bricks, riverbed, rock granite, rough asphalt, and finally wet mud. So, huge amount of customization and variety that we've got there now just for painting stuff down. Now also, ground foliage is changeable by us as players. Now, there is a whole tutorial involved in this, and I'm not going to go into that in this video. What I am going to do, I'm going to place a link in the video description below to my good friend Simulation Stations channel. So go check out his channel as well and give him a like and give him a sub. He has done us a tutorial video for how to do that. Now that does involve jumping out of the game and messing around with a couple of mods, code and XMLs and stuff there. So that's there for you to check out if you want to. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but you can change them whenever you want. No Creek Farms has done this to give us as players more control as well, to get away from the old seasonal foliages from the Platinum DLC, the one that the Forestry DLC. So that option's there for you if you so wish. So we're now up in the top right-hand corner of the map, and I just wanted to show very quickly while we're on the way to the next little feature that I just wanted to show you. This is an example of the border terrain with the actual Google image of the surrounding area. We're on the very edge of the map here. That's really quite cool, don't you think? I really appreciate that, I've got to say. So, yeah, we're heading away just to another little really cool feature that this map has installed on it. And that is, it's a little ferry to cross the Missouri River. So, I'll show you very quickly that in demonstration. Let me just drop back down to earth with a bump. Turn off super speed and flight mode very quickly. Now I've just parked this rather lovely Case 715 on the edge here, just so we can send this across the river. But essentially what you'll do, drive whatever bit of kit you've got onto the boat. I'm just going to park it towards the end here, because you do enter the boat like a vehicle. So let's go up to this little cabin here, jump in, and as you can see, we are now on the boat. So quite simply, start the engine, and off you go. How cool is that? Looks like it will fit quite a convoy on there if you needed to. It'll take a 40-foot articulated lorry by the looks of things. Tractor and trailer. Obviously, it's not going to take wide equipment. Big planters that don't fold up, for example, you won't be able to squeeze these on here, but it's a really cool thing, I've got to say. I haven't seen many maps with this kind of thing on it. And it's a very big, wide river, and no doubt particularly deep, so if you needed to cross it from this direction, this is how you do it. And you even get a little bit of historical information regarding the ferry as well. As is written on this sign, the Virgil Ferry is one of 3 working ferries in Montana along the Missouri River. Its real-life location is 15 miles downriver from this point, but I thought it would be fun to move it upstream and give you a unique alternative route for crossing the river. How cool's that? But yeah, safely across. Excellent stuff. So back in flight mode here, just for one last time, to see the place from above. Getting a real idea of how big the train is there as well. Now there is an Autodrive route file available to download from the same itch.io page that the map is available from, which is very helpful to those of you who use Autodrive like I do. That's there for you to download if you so wish. But yeah, just to get a better idea of the scope of the place, it's absolutely beautiful. Now personally I think this is an incredibly authentic multiplayer map as well. Not necessarily for huge amounts of you, but I think a small community, maybe 4 or 5 players or so, could make good use of this map. You really could. But I absolutely love it. I think it's an absolute belter of a map. I really do. So there we are, everyone. Loma, Montana from No Creek Farms. This is a beautiful map. I really am drawn to maps that are full of atmosphere and authenticity, and this is dripping with all of that. It is absolutely gorgeous. The fact that it's based on a real life place and he's gone to so much effort to make it as real as possible is credit to him. It really is. So if you're watching No Creek Farms, thank you very much, mate. This is an absolute beauty, and I will be playing this as often as I can. So, as I say, there will be a link to the map download in the video description below to No Creek Farms itch.io page. I encourage you all to go and give it a go. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I encourage you all also to read all the text that No Creek Farms has typed out there for all the full list of all the custom stuff that's in the map. Like I said, there was too much for me to read out to you one by one. I'd have been sat here reading to you for about 20 minutes. But there we go. So I do hope you have enjoyed this map tour. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. As always, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even pre-ordering the new game Farming Simulator 25, and you like the idea of supporting the channel, I would be hugely appreciative. So take care, everyone. Thanks for your time. I'll see you in the next video.